Make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell if you want to get the videos as soon as they upload. YouTube, what up? Welcome back. Really quick, I want to talk to you guys about how to remove paint. Like, what's the best way to remove paint? Magic erasers, alcohol, acetone. We're going to work all three and see which one's the best. Pardon me, I might sound really low. It's really late, and I figured I'd just get this done because I'm working on this body, so I need to get it done. But first, you're gonna need gloves. Only because I choose to wear gloves. My hands are ugly, so I wear gloves mainly, but you don't want acetone to kind of seep into your skin. All right. Well, before we get into anything, this is what I have here. You guys are familiar with this. This is the phage body on a Bucky cap, and all I want to do is just remove the black paint. I don't have to. I can paint over it because I'm going to, but I figured I'd use this opportunity to show you how to remove paint. So what is the best way to remove paint? Magical erasers, alcohol, or acetone. I'll always tell you acetone. A lot of people say don't use it because it'll eat away at the figure and it's dangerous, and true, but if you do it the correct way, you won't have any issues, and I'm going to show you the correct way. But I never really tried with this. It doesn't really work too well. I never tried with this. Someone said this on one of my videos. They commented try magic eraser, so I do want to try that before I throw it out the window and tell you don't do it. So let's do this first because this seems less effortless. I already took some of it off just to see how easy it would be, and I decided let me just do the video. So with this dry eraser, let's see what we can have here already though. Alright, that's what we got. There's already a couple paint spots just missing. Alright, I'm gonna just go for it. Yeah, it's kind of working. It's just what it appears to be. Give me one more second. This camera's kind of shaky right now. It appears to kind of be there. All right, but I don't think it's gonna work because it's taking a long time, and it's very time consuming. And oh, it's working though. I give you that. It does work. I don't know if I'm sanding down the muscle tone though. So you could get it out. You could get it off that way. I don't see how you're gonna get it off in the crevices. But let's say you did use the magic eraser and you wanted to just play it safe with a little bit of alcohol. And always use Q-tips, and I recommend honestly the Q-tip brand. Don't go with the cheap ones because the cotton just slips right off the plastic little handle. Definitely always go with regular old Q-tips. Let me try this real quick. I got a little cup over here. Ooh, it's wet. All right, so here's alcohol, and here's the arm that we had from the magic eraser. That's a lot of work, bro. And I barely got anything off. And you could do that. I mean, if you want to play it safe, get some alcohol, magic eraser. If it's just a small amount of paint, you could take it off. But for me, let me get this out of the way. It's a little wet from the alcohol. It'll dry. Always put it in the cap. Forgot to show you what it was. Onyx, 100% pure acetone. It's a nail polish remover. It works very well. It's super strong. It is true. When you swipe, you want to swipe fast. I'm gonna just finish this arm off. You don't want to oversaturate it. I always like kind of take some of it off really quick. See how fast that is? Super effortless. And if you do it fast, You don't get any fiber stuck. You don't melt the plastic, and you get a super clean job. But if you do leave it on, and I'll show you, this is what people worry about, and they'll always tell you about this. They say, this can eat plastic, and it will. Look at those letters. If I decide to just do this all day and seep it on there, and then sure, it'll eat it, but even that'll take a while. So trust me, this is fine. You'll be safe. One thing I will say though, when you do this, is that make sure you don't get it into any moving parts. Let's say the waist area, when you do this waist area, if you oversaturate it and you see liquid or acetone in the crack of the torso, you'll end up, and when it dries, you'll end up locking this torso in, because the melted plastic will seep in, because you don't want any pools or puddles of acetone anywhere. So when you do this waist swivel, you never just go like this with a big pool, because it's going to seep in that crack. So I always try to like spin it a little bit and then dry it. I don't want so much wet, so much. And that's it. You don't want to overuse this one. Just try to circle it, and when it's all black and dirty, move on. You're gonna waste a lot of these. I'm gonna be honest with you, depending on how much you're taking off. But you don't ever want to dip this back in here and do it again, because all these cotton fibers are gonna get stuck on it. One, you see there's nothing on it right now, and two, you're gonna get paint all splattered on there. So you have a new side. Just come back and do this again. Just try to go fast as possible. Use all the whole Q-tip. When you swipe, like rotate the Q-tip. I'll show you again. It's the torso, right? See? And I can't use it again because I might risk smudging it. I mean, I can, but then I have to clean up again. So I'm just trying to see what's available. That's it, bro. But if you choose to subscribe, you the man. Bro, super easy, I'm telling you. Use this acetone. It's in the nail polish section at Walmart. This thing works immediately fast. Some paints are actually thicker than others. There was a couple figures that after removing the paint, you can see that it had embroidered lines, which was interesting. Even the Spider-Man head sometimes has embroidered lines. It's weird. But anyway, that's it, guys. This is super easy. I'll be here for the next 30 minutes just doing this, making sure everything's clean. Let it dry too. Also want to tell you that, like, when you, all right, let's say you want to do this little piece right here. All right, you do this. Oh, it wasn't wet enough. Sorry. Start all over. So let's say I wanted to get this one area. Do what you can, right? And if it's super saturated or it's super dry, if you're cotton, there's two things you gotta worry about, honestly, when you do this, right? One is when you dip your cotton swab into your acetone, you wanna make sure it isn't super wet, right? Second, when you place it on the plastic or the surface of your action figure, you wanna swipe as fast as you can and notice that it's still wet. To see there's a cotton fiber right there. But it's easy to get off with more of this, or just pick it with tweezers or even sandpaper to get it off. There's a lot of ways to get that off. It's not a big deal. You don't want to overdo it and get patches like that onto your figure. That you don't want. One or two strands is not a big deal. See, with that, it'll just wipe that off again. I can just pull it off. There it is. It's inconvenient. It is. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's a few things that kind of suck about doing this, but for me, I find the best way to remove paint is with acetone. I'm arched. My back hurts, actually. I should have raised the table a bit. I think I should have. Next time I'm gonna raise it, because I really stand up here. I'm really arched down low. I should sit. Let me sit. If I sit, you won't be able to get to so close. I wanted to get it like this so you can see how easy the process is. But again, you just make sure Q-tip is fully saturated, just not oversaturated. You'll know after a couple swipes how to soak your Q-tip the proper way. And that's it. Don't go over it again. Don't keep doing it, because if you keep doing it, two things are gonna happen. One, this Q-tip is gonna dry, and two, you're just gonna swipe more paint across this. If you keep, you know, using the dirty Q-tip, you'll just swipe more paint across it. So just use a new side, soak it up again, just get back to business. You don't want to cross the Q-tip over the places that don't have the black paint, because then you'll have to clean up unnecessary paint, right? So same thing with that. That looks like a lot of paint, right? Let me show you how easy that is to get off. That'll be the last part, and then I'm gonna end this video. It's really late, honestly, right now. It's 4:30 in the morning. These are the times that I find myself really getting creative, even since a kid. Around after midnight is when I used to pick up the pen and pad and write songs, and it just became a habit forever, honestly. All right, this is gonna be kind of difficult because you don't want to go crazy with it, but what I'm gonna do is just make sure this Q-tip is fully black, still wet kind of, and then toss it, dispose it, don't need it. Use the other side first, actually. And that's still wet. I don't want to go back to that yet. I want that to dry off, because then you'll start eating plastic if you add more acetone on top of wet acetone. So the goal is to just let it dry. I crossed my own rule by saying don't add black where it didn't need to be, but it's so hard to see up here, honestly. This is basic stuff. I know it's like, what kind of tutorial is this? But some people need to know this. There's a lot of little mods you can make by just removing a tiny piece of, a tiny bit of paint. And if you knew the easiest way, I'll go back up here now. If you knew the easiest way, then I would assume that, I don't want to go too much. I seen no fibers. See, still no fibers on it. But I seen it pulling, so I pulled away really quick. But the easiest way, man, is the best way. See, but once I'm going to paint this, so I don't need to get it perfect. But I can definitely remove all this paint if I wanted to, and keep that nice gold and turn it into like a gold Spider-Man or someone who's gold in the action figure world, or Marvel, DC, whatever kind of character you want to make. I made a gold Venom just because I had the blank gold body that I got from Ex Nihilo, and I kind of like based it off the Marvel vs. Capcom. So you could do this, guys. I'm telling you, the crevices are going to be the toughest, because you're really going to have to dig in there and do it quick, because again, the more you wait, the more your cotton tip will get dry, and the more chances you have of releasing those fibers onto your action figure, and then it's just more work to get it off. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment sections. I do recommend acetone. Ask your parent if you're young to get it in the nail section. They have a couple different brands. I'd say go with the clear one. It's 100%. They have colors. I wouldn't go with the color ones. Just go strictly with the clear one. It's like acidic water. Also, wear gloves. If you have safety goggles, do that, because you don't want anything to splash in your eye. I will say that, of course. And do it in a ventilated area, because you don't really want to like breathe any of this stuff in. It's not too harmful, but if you like suck face to this thing, it is going to be very harmful. That's it, guys. And it's still kind of dirty, right? It looks a little dirty. Let's see. No, it's not wet. Running out of acetone in this cap. See, the more you apply, the more you're going to start eating at that plastic, because it's already weak if it's wet. But when it dries, it'll harden back up and get back to normal. Same thing if you heat plastic, right? Like if you heat it with an air gun, or a blow dryer or whatever, a heat gun, the plastic will become soft and shapeable and very, very delicate in comparison to when it's hardened, so again, they're learning curves. These things you learn. But guys, I do recommend acetone. You'll definitely get this paint off. Let me finish this. Get back to this. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to comment down below. I'll try my best to make more tutorials, honestly. Guys, feel free to comment down below. Let me know what you want to do. What is better? Anything remains, just put it back in the cap. If you're not really using this for anything else other than paint removal, put it back in the cap. isopropyl alcohol, acetone, or the miracle eraser. I will always go with this. Get this, guys. You get a thumbnail in here. There's a thumbnail right there. That looks like a good thumbnail, right? Yeah, I like that one. All right, y'all, I'm out of here.
You choose to subscribe, you the man. Yes, you. Everyone below in the comments, yes, you too. Thank you very much for showing me love. Who knew? It's ironic how we think out the box for you too, right?
Sing, 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 sing. Everybody.